Did we buy movie phone?
We did.
Nice.
Yeah, it turns out nobody really wanted it.
No.
So they said, yeah, you can just have it. You
call the number, you hear the podcast.
Yeah.
The latest episode.
Would that be cool? You just call a number and you just listen to the podcast over the phone?
Do you think people would hate that, or it'd be the best?
I bet there'd be a small niche group of people who would find that incredibly dope.
Lonely old people that have landlines?
Yeah.
I'll tell you a quickie.
Okay.
So we went to go visit Jenny's parents, and she was like, we should make my dad a bunch of hot dishes. I got a list of 30 hot dishes. I'm going to have him go through them and pick out the ones that he wants to try.
Well, you said you're in luck because I'm a hot boy.
Right. I did say that. And then I shook my tush. So he went through the list. He picked out like 8 things. And then we were like, all right, we'll make these 4. And
so that he can like heat them up?
Yeah, when he's like in the hospital, or he eats like small amounts. Mm-hmm. So you get a whole hot dish, you bag it up individually, small pieces. Good to go.
Freeze it.
Home cooked food, yeah.
Yeah.
Nope, leave it in the fridge, let it rot, eat that rotten shit.
Eat that shit.
So I was like, yeah, this sounds fun. We can cook together. We'll have a good time together. You and me prepping and mixing, and your mom will watch the boys. And then it was time to make them. And she said, all right, well, I'm going to put Max to sleep and take a nap.
And then I had to do it by yourself?
And then I made hot dishes for 4 hours.
Like it's your fucking job?
Yeah.
Like you're at fucking work?
Right.
Like she's a disgruntled teenage girl?
I'll tell you what, it's better than hanging out with the fucking kids, because I do that every goddamn day of my life. I'd rather spend 4 hours making fucking 4 hot dishes.
True that.
But that was quite the hilarious bamboozle. And she's like, all right, peace out. Enjoy making that food we were going to make for my dad.
Yep.
This is for your dad.
What the hell?
Your dad.
We aren't even married.
Okay, I'll do it.
All right.
And then Jack fucking watched Westerns next to her dad.
310 to Yuma? Or
no,
like
fucking
classic,
old ass
like John
Westerns.
Wayne?
Yeah, John Wayne.
Nice.
Isn't that hilarious? He's super into it because he gets to see people get shot.
When we went to Callie's aunt's, they had a painting of John Wayne on the wall.
Hell yeah.
I was like, yeah, this reminds me of being a kid.
Yep. Well, I'm Jason.
And I'm Jules.
And
we doing Filmographies. Welcome to the latest episode in which we talk about movie.
RADHA movie.
This movie is Nobody's Baby.
Nobody's Baby.
Ever heard of it?
Nope.
It's from 2001. It's an hour and 50 minutes long.
And guess what? It's chock full of great actors.
Not necessarily doing great actor things.
However, Gary Oldman?
Yeah.
Amazing.
They said when he was in full makeup, most of the other acting cast and some of the crew, I guess, were like, who the fuck is this guy? I couldn't recognize him.
No, he's so good. I have 5 lines, five notes for this entire movie.
Go for it.
Well, they come up throughout the podcast.
Oh, okay. Okay, I see what you're doing there.
I can do the synopses.
Sure, please do.
An outlaw, a waitress, and her misfit neighbor come upon a baby in the midst of car wreckage.
So this was... Oh, that's it?
Nope. With his former partner in crime out to get him, the outlaw and his new friends put their lives on the line to protect the infant from danger. With his former partner in crime out to get him?
He's not out to get him.
No.
He's kind of like...
He's out to get him to hang out with him some more and do some more crimes.
Yeah. So this is the first of 2 films in the RADHA Mitchell Waitress series.
Yeah.
And both movies, I think you can see her turning a sign from closed to open or open to close.
Very nice.
Yeah.
This is written and directed by the same guy, David Seltzer. He is the writer of Shining Through, The Omen, Dragonfly, Punchline, Lucas.
Yeah. My Giant, starring Billy Crystal. He shares a story credit with him. He wrote Bird on a Wire.
This is, we already, what movie was it that we already went through this with? Delivering Milo. This is Delivering Milo all over, where the writer of movies that people liked was like, I'm going to direct one now. Because Delivering Milo was directed by somebody who wrote The Boy Who Could Fly, which was a hit. And that movie's a turd. And then this fucking thing. I
like Lucas.
Yeah?
It was a seminal movie for me as a child. Punchline apparently is like much maligned.
Yeah, because they have lockers in the comedy club.
Oh.
They all put their stuff in lockers before they get ready to go on stage.
They put their jokes in there?
Yeah. When is there a locker room at a comedy club?
And he did write Omen. Omen 2, he's credited as just because they used some of the same characters.
Yeah, I think that's for all.
He's not at all involved in Omen 3. And then he comes back. I think they use his characters again in Omen 4. But then I think he may have written the reboot of The Omen. Maybe, again, it was just based on his characters.
Probably that.
IMDb's really gotten shitty lately.
I think you're just not good at it.
No, because for this guy, there is no director section. It's all writing. So I had to go in, movie by movie, to see what else he had directed.
Huh. Did he direct anything else?
Well, Lucas.
Shasta McNasty?
Punchline.
He didn't direct those.
Uh-huh.
Didn't he write them?
Uh-huh.
And he directed them.
Uh-huh.
You sure about that?
Pretty dang sure. Look it up.
Guess what? I'm looking it up because don't be trusting him.
I mean, no, look.
Here's a director's tab.
Yeah.
9 results.
No way.
Punchline, Lucas, Shining Through.
Oh, he did direct it then.
Yes, you're correct. But you were wrong about there not being a director's
Well, but you're
tab.
on your phone app. I was on my desktop.
Well, you know what? They want you to get the app.
Was different.
I Instagrammed Skeet to ask him why everybody did this movie.
It's a curious movie. It feels like 2 movies at once. It feels like My Name is Earl meets Raising Arizona, but then also meets a slightly darker movie.
Do you feel like a more gifted director could have done more with this script?
I think there needed to be more done. Matthew Modine is like tossed aside.
Yeah.
You didn't need Modine in that role. You really didn't need Steenburgen. She doesn't do anything.
No.
Anna Gunn is surprisingly a shining beacon in this movie. I've never really been a huge proponent of her acting capabilities or followed her much, but I only really knew her specifically from Breaking Bad.
Yeah, she's James Gunn's mom. That's good, right?
She did play the girlfriend on Seinfeld that George thought he saw kissing Jerry's cousin Jeffrey when he didn't have his glasses on, but it turned out to be a policewoman kissing a horse.
I was squinting.
Remember that? She's also topless in this movie, which was quite surprising.
Just bra, though, right?
No, her titties are out when she's on the boat.
Oh.
Yeah, I think the weakest part of the movie, and I like him, was Skeet Ulrich.
Yeah, he's not great. He's okay. Hey, what's that in the beginning with the person getting shot with the shotgun holding the baby? Is that maybe somebody killed the parent and stole the baby? Is that what starts things off? That's the first scene in the movie. Is that somebody's holding a baby up and this shotgun starts poking through the window?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that must be what it is. It's hard to tell what the baby angle is.
Who would shoot somebody holding a baby?
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Is Skeet his real name? It's not, right?
People like Skeet, man. I don't know. He was in Chill Factor.
Chill Factor.
That's the one that I think is his biggest role.
Him and Cuba Gooding Jr.
Uh-huh.
Ice cream truck.
You better believe it.
Nuclear weapon?
Yeah. You got to keep it cool.
Yep. I was like, I'm going to message him and ask him why they did this movie. He's never going to see that. He's got 5 million followers.
I'd be curious to know why Gary Oldman did it. I mean, he's kind of a character actor, and he does a great job, but...
I think that's how they lured him in.
It's such a thankless role in this. You know, he plays Buford Dill. Buford?
Yeah, probably Buford. Probably not Buford.
He was in JFK, you know?
Yeah.
He played...
JFK.
He did.
Did anybody play JFK in JFK?
No.
No.
There was a dummy, and then there was the real footage of him getting shot. Anna Gunn, of course. Peter Greene.
Yeah, hey. Peter Greene scares me.
A lot of people probably know him best as Zed from Pulp Fiction.
I guess you just have to go wake him up now, won't you?
He's also uncredited in Training Day.
I don't know.
I don't know either. Maybe, was there a boss gang scene or something? Maybe at the end.
Boss gang scene?
Maybe he's one of the boss gangs at the end.
What do you mean boss gang?
The gang boss.
Gang boss? Wait, if you say it backwards, it makes no sense.
It doesn't, does it? Gordon...
It's like a gang of bosses. Like, for some reason, all the level bosses have showed up.
Yeah, boss gang. Gordon Tutusis? Is
that guy that wants to build the teepee out of bottle caps?
Yeah, Dog Havasu.
Is he in anything?
First he passed away.
Oh.
Of pneumonia in 2011. He's from Canada.
Dying.
The only 2 movies of note that he's in a lot of Canadian stuff.
Yeah.
And a lot of native themed projects. The 2 things that stuck out to me that I recognized were Reindeer Games
Oh, boy.
And The Edge.
I like The Edge.
I know you do.
The Edge is good.
Ed O'Neill plays Norman Pinky, I think is what they called him. Everybody knows. He was in Prefontaine.
Who was he in that?
In Prefontaine, he was the...
Oh, wait, we didn't watch
Bowerman.
that.
No,
we
we
watched fucking Without Limits. Okay.
Mary Steenburgen. Oh, Ed O'Neill was also in The Adventures of Ford Fairlane, which had a tagline, Kojak, Columbo, Dirty Harry, Wimps.
Ugh.
He was apparently also in Cruisin'.
I've never seen Ford Fairlane. I should probably watch that.
Me either. I know the other one.
Brain Smasher, a love story?
With
We're talking about Andrew Dice Clay movies?
Yeah, with what's her name from Lois and Clark?
Brain Smasher, a love story. What do you think it's called?
It's not. Is it called that?
I'm pretty sure
With
that's what it's called.
Terry Hatcher?
Yeah. Man, I'm going to feel like such an asshole if I got this wrong.
No, I don't want a show. Guy doesn't have a fucking show. Let's see here. Okay, that's close enough. Oh, he's in Stars Born? I guess it is called Brain Smasher. That's so weird. Why? What am I thinking of? Are there ninjas in that movie?
I have no idea. I've never seen it. It looks terrible.
God, he's in...
It's got a bad name and looks terrible.
He's in One Night at McCool's.
Is he probably the guy that gets killed?
Yeah, probably. What am I thinking of? I mean, that must be it. Maybe it's got a different...
It's him on the cover with his dukes up and she's standing next to him.
It is, but maybe it was released... Maybe there's like another title?
There probably should be.
Is he Smash Brains? Is that what it is about?
I don't know, man.
While attempting to smuggle a package from Europe to America, two sisters find themselves battling against Shaolin monks.
Oh, wow. This is Brain Smasher, a love story? Fuck, dude. Well, I'd like to nominate using some horrible Andrew Dice Clay movies as the pellet
Maybe I
cleansers.
did see Ford Fairlane. And
That one's got Robert Englund.
Really?
Yeah.
It better.
I think he's a sexual degenerate in it.
I bet he is in real life. Got that. I don't need Robert Englund's money coming down on me. So anyways, we also have Matthew Modine, and this one's a little bit of an odd one. Did the truck driver look at all familiar to you?
No.
You remember the truck driver?
Yeah, that he's in the back of it and causes the deaths.
I don't recall who I thought he was, but he wasn't that guy.
It's Keith David.
No, it's Max Payne.
What's his name?
That is his stage name. He is most notably, he's only got 12 movies he's been in. Most notable one is The Substitute 3, Winner Take All.
Oh, shit. Not even The Substitute. Substitute 2. Substitute 3. Is Tom Berenger still in them?
Probably not. At this point, it's probably some idiot. But, oddly enough, and you could have maybe have guessed this by his name, he filed a $10 million lawsuit against the creators of Max Payne for stealing his persona.
Yeah.
Because apparently he's a hard-boiled New York cop whose family was murdered by drug guys in a weird drug scheme movie thing.
Pretty good.
But he was also somewhat of a professional wrestler.
Oh, really? Was he a bit of a brain smasher?
Yeah. From 1993 to 94, him and Cactus Jack were involved in a brutal feud with the Nasty Boys, and they won the WCW tag team titles together.
Fuck, I recognize these names. Was Randy the Ram one of them?
Oh, I don't know.
That's Mickey Rourke and the wrestler.
He called himself something else other than Max Payne for a little while there in the WWF. It was like a music guy, and Bob Backlund hated his country song, and they feuded for a little bit, but I don't remember him. And that's the end of that chapter.
Nice.
So other than this being filmed in Moab, Utah, I really don't have much else. Other than this is the second time that Skeet Ulrich played a character named Billy.
Scream being the first one.
Uh-huh.
You know, he was in the last Scream.
I didn't see that. Did they do a TV show?
They did.
I didn't see that either.
MTV.
But the new movie, it's basically a continuation, right? Because everybody else is in it.
He's there in flashback. But
he actually filmed it.
They used that de-aging thing on him, I think.
Really?
And he looks weird.
Weird. So as far as I can recall, basically, we're treated to a bunch of mugshots as the credits roll. These guys have been living a life of petty crime.
They're idiots.
Now they're in front of the judge.
Because they broke into the post office to read letters.
Yeah, they were drunk.
They caught them just drunk laying in a pile of letters.
We didn't steal nothing, Your Honor.
We just wanted to...
Just reading the mail.
Yeah.
You are delinquents.
And they do 10 years each.
Yeah.
They split them up, too.
Yeah, because Buford is just off on the sidelines. He hasn't in front of the judge yet. And he's just cracking wise, and they're talking. He's like, get up here, you know. You two are a bunch of wastoids. I'm going to hit you with the book.
This kind of behavior cannot go without some type of retribution.
So they're being led down into the van, and a little bit of a brouhaha kicks off, and there's a skirmish for the keys, which a couple of the fellas get. They unhook themselves. Skeet Ulrich gets unhooked, and he's outside of the van, but Buford is still in the back of the van.
You know what would really be happening here? They're all being shot to death.
Yeah.
You can't do this. They'll just shoot you to death.
No, yeah.
There's not one guy. It's not just the driver who has the keys, and then you guys are, if you overtake him, you're good to go. Mm-hmm. No, there's like 6 people. Somebody's going to just start shooting you guys in the chest and the head.
Yeah, and there's probably somebody like at the gate.
Yeah.
To stop the vehicle. They probably check it. But anyways, so Skeet is off the van. Buford's in the van, and it takes off. The cops fly past Skeet, and he's just like, oh, okay, I guess they don't want me. So he goes about his business. He ends up on the side of the road with like a big umbrella. Is he hitchhiking?
Yeah.
Like a real Jesus' son kind of a dude. And a car pulls up, and it's chock full of luggage and a family. And the guy is like, hey, asshole, fix my tire, and I'll give you a ride. And so he fixes the tire, and the guy just pulls off.
Okay, so there's a husband, a wife, a little girl?
Yeah, probably 11.
Was there a second child that's not the baby?
I don't know.
Okay.
Seems a little brutal if it is. But
I kind of thought there was another kid in the front seat with them, but maybe not.
Maybe not. I don't know. So he eventually gets a ride in the back of a truck that they leave the roll door open.
Yeah, why would you ever do that?
I don't know.
So that he can fall out and die?
For one, it's like a moving truck, so there's like stuff in it.
Yeah.
2, you don't want anybody to see that he's in there because it's against the law.
You know, I think maybe we should be assuming that the dipshit rolled it up himself while they were driving.
That could be.
For something to do.
He's just wrapped in a blanket.
Oh, he's so dumb.
The truck passes the car that ditched him, and he gives the guy the finger.
And sticks his bare bum at him.
And he moons him, and the guy's, and he goes around the truck and gets into an accident.
Crashes into the
side of the road?
Like the opening of a tunnel?
Maybe.
How would you even do that? Like, he's so pissed off, he's just gone wild?
Here's my question to follow up your question that I don't have an answer for. How did the wife/mother end up with her feet out of the windshield?
I mean, the only answer to this would be no seatbelt.
But she would have flown headfirst through. Because she was just seated in the passenger seat. When we see her now, her legs are through the windshield.
Yeah.
And her upper body's still inside the car.
Well, I mean, clearly she flipped over and stuck her head on the floor to find something and was just kicking her legs in the air. And then when they got into the accident, legs out. But then she wouldn't die.
Her bottom's down.
Yeah.
Still. So she would have had to have put her feet on the dashboard.
Would that kill you?
Even then, you wouldn't fly through it. You would just, your face would collide with your knees.
I think what kills you is you get ejected.
Yeah.
Not your legs are partially through. If your legs are partially through the window and you die, it's probably because you bleed to death. At which point, when he comes out, you would have seen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, he goes to help because the truck smashes into the side of the underpass.
Yeah. Isn't it a tunnel?
It's a tunnel, but there's just an overpass. It's not like a full-length tunnel, I don't think. Maybe it is. I don't know. So he's like just scraping against the wall, trying to like right himself.
He's got to get away. Does he not have insurance or a license or something?
Probably. And he's got an idiot in his van.
Yeah.
So Skeet runs over to see if he can help, and he hears a baby. And he finds the baby. But apparently everybody else is either already dead or dying. including
They're all
the other
dead.
kid.
Yeah, we didn't see the other kid, but the parents are definitely
The mother's alive.
What?
She's groaning.
Is she?
Yeah. Oh, don't, no, it's fine. You're going to be totally fine. Help's already here, he's saying to her as he's absconding with the baby.
That is what you should say to somebody who's dying.
And he sees that the car is leaking fuel that's now met the truck.
Uh-huh.
And the truck is shooting off sparks as he's scraping against the side of the tunnel or whatever. So he gets the baby out and the gas ignites and the car blows up. He's only about 12 feet away from it at this point, and he's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
So he
just looking for another beer.
Somehow his clothes are destroyed.
Is he covered in gas?
Maybe. So he's walking around with the baby, and maybe the baby poops on him.
Does the baby shit all over him?
And he uses his shirt as a diaper, but then eventually he gets a big pair of overalls because he cleans the baby on a sprinkler. And now he's walking around with the baby in a jumper in his overhaul bib.
This is a real bummer.
He comes across RADHA.
You got food?
I wouldn't advise burgers. Our refrigeration broke down except for the cold drink case.
She lets him in, and he's like, I don't have any money. And he's just like got a shit-eating grin on his face throughout the entire movie. It's really annoying.
To show us he's dumb?
It does, but it feels like he's like, I don't know, in like a Christmas movie or something where a miracle's about to happen.
Yeah, none of this should be working out for him. It's really quite a sad thing that he's got this baby.
Yeah, and so she's like, look, that baby needs milk, and you can't just give it to it from a glass. I know where I can get a bottle. You're not a bad guy, though, right? I don't like guys in my car. You swear you're not a bad guy? And he's like, no, I got a baby. It's my baby. He's really enamored with this baby.
He likes the baby right away.
He loves the baby.
Yeah.
So she takes him to Mary Steenburgen's trailer, which happens to be in a enclave or caravan of other trailers that she is staying in the one across from.
But only like 4 or 5?
Yeah, there's 3 that are occupied, and then the one on the hill that is derelict with a bunch of rusted like food cans outside of he eventually lives in. So Mary Steenburgen's character works at a casino, I think. She's a card person or whatever, a dealer. She had a baby, but gave it up because she wasn't fit. And the man left her, even though he appears to be wealthy.
Yeah, what a shitter.
And now her breasts are just espousing milk because the baby's crying.
Oh, that tastes good.
I like that one. These are all like 4 point somethings too. So you can just slam the whole 12-pack and you already got 3 down the pipe, man.
And a sparkling water.
Yeah, you do.
Wee-how.
So she's like, all right, get out. I'll feed the baby. This is where we meet Stormy as well, who is a stripper or a dancer that's dating dog Havasu, who's like a 60-year-old guy whose lifelong dream is to build a teepee out of bottle caps.
That's a bad lifelong dream.
Which they've been collecting. But he's got some wisdom.
I like him. He's chill.
Yeah.
He's a good dude to have around.
Right. He doesn't accuse him of anything. He doesn't write anybody off. He's not demeaning. He's not bad or mean.
No, but why is building a teepee out of bottle caps a lifelong thing? I mean,
I don't know. And not only that, but how does he end up with a 33-year-old and a gun?
Well, I mean, if she's an exotic dancer and he's like a chill, nice dude.
I guess she says she likes old dudes too, maybe.
Yeah.
So
probably sick of horny creeps.
I mean, he makes up a name for the baby.
But I'm just saying, you could probably build the bottle cap teepee in like a year. That's not something you have to spend your whole life fantasizing about.
No.
That's like if I was like, man, I just want to I would just want to draw like 10 pictures of Boba Fett. Mm-hmm. Like that's all I want before I die. I could do that.
I mean, even like building a house, which is an involving task, isn't something that necessarily would take a lifetime unless you're just building it
out of bottle caps.
You're just buying one nail a week.
Yeah.
But
bottle caps are not expensive and real easy to find.
All you gotta do is glue them together.
Yeah.
And
solder them maybe?
We don't know what he does. We have no idea. Eventually, though, Skeet contacts Gary Oldman.
Yeah.
They find each other. Oh, because he says when he's driving away, hey, there's something or other.
You! Cactus pie! Cactus pie! Yeah!
The bar that he's at, the Pickle and Nickel or something.
Cactus pie.
So he calls there, and sure enough, he's there. And he goes, oh, where are y'all at? Oh, my ex-wife or whatever is in that area. I'm going to check the bus schedule. I'm coming down.
Tess,
who we see nude a couple of times in fantasies.
Yeah, I thought that was RADHA for a minute.
Oh.
When they show that just naked, quick blur.
Full frontal.
Yeah.
Of her diving, maybe?
Yeah.
So, Buford makes his way there. Billy's got this baby. It's choking on a pepperoni at one point, so they go to a clinic in town. And the doctor, he just basically says, this is my baby. He's having her guess its birthday because he's too stupid to just come up with one.
Yeah.
But he's like, yeah, you miraculously guessed the exact date. You're so
each thing she says, he says
right.
that.
And she goes, well, look, we got a class for new dads. I want you to be there. Otherwise, I'm going to call the police or whatever. So Buford's like, well, let's just find this kid's parents and ransom the baby.
God.
And he goes, well, the parents are dead. Well, somebody's got to be looking for it. And one night, somebody is looking for it on the news.
We knew it was on its way from Albuquerque. It was being driven by a courier. And when it didn't arrive, we called the lawyer and found out his phone had been disconnected.
And you'd given him money?
Well, it's not the money, it's the baby. My wife has been so eager,
It's fucking Ed O'Neill.
He's married but no children.
Pinky. Pickney. Whatever his name is.
Pink slip Pinkney. Yeah, he works the clubs. He finds somebody losing big at the tables, makes a quick cash deal for the pink slip on their car, pays them, half of what it's worth. Then he finds somebody winning big, sells him the car fast as he bought it for twice what he paid.
That's a good scam.
But he also happens to be a used cars dealer guy. So they're on the news like, we want this baby. We bought it, and the guy absconded with it. We just want the baby. So Skeet goes to meet him, and he's like, hey, I got the baby. I kind of want it, but I got it. And he goes, man, that's bullshit. I don't want that baby. I was just going to buy it for my dumb wife or whatever.
You don't want the baby?
Never did. My wife did. But see, for the same money, I'd just soon have an Evinrude. Saw a honey of a 200 horse.
Listen, this is a honey of a baby.
You're on camera. I have you busted.
And even your fucking idiot friend dangling his head out the window. I got the license plates also.
Gary Oldman's just like halfway out the window. Trying to look. So he goes, give me the $10K in a couple of days, otherwise you're going to be fucked.
That's what I paid, and I want it back. Cash. One lump sum, and we call this thing even. I tear up those photos, and you go on free.
He goes, but then I can keep the baby? He's like, I don't give a fuck. So now they have to get $10K. And a Gunn knows a dude who runs a pawn shop or works at a pawn shop. If you pay him $1,000, he'll let you come in and rob the place, basically. And Buford's just being an idiot, talking to the guy. Hey, you the guy we can rob?
What did he say? Sorry, my friend here, he's been drinking a bit.
Does that guy also get a cut of what you steal from there, or it's just $1,000?
I think there might be that as well.
What a...
I don't know.
Shut the fuck up, man.
And they're at church for some reason at one point, and they give him the money, and he's like, God damn it, don't interact with me, you fucking dipshit. And then a plane goes overhead, and they go back to the trailer. We see Peter Greene is RADHA Mitchell's boyfriend. She's kind of like not really in it.
She's in it a little bit.
A little bit. But he's abusive, but she's kind of into it, but not really.
I'm bleeding.
Oh, shit.
What you do to me?
So the plane lands, and it's Matthew Modine, who plays Tommy, I think. Sonny. And he knocked up Mary Steenburgen. Left, but was thinking about it, and he really liked that baby. But
you never met it.
No, at first it seems like to Mary Steenburgen, he's back to be with her.
Yeah.
But it's not the case. He's got a new dame who wants a baby. He happened to have helped create a baby. So now he wants to buy the baby and have this lady raise the baby.
And he's relatively insulting about it, right?
Yeah, kind of. And he's just like, is that my baby? And she goes, you dumb fuck. This is some idiot's baby.
That is not your baby, you dumb son of a bitch.
Well, shit. And he leaves. Now, it seems like at this point, Doug Havasu, Anna Gunn, RADHA Mitchell, Peter Greene, Buford, Billy, the baby, who's named after RADHA Mitchell's character, and Mary Steenburgen are all just sort of a gypsy clan.
Yeah.
But Peter Greene thinks Billy is gunning for RADHA Mitchell.
Which, like, I don't feel like he shows that at all.
No.
He likes her. I don't think he really has designs on her, especially, though.
No, it seemed like that at first, but it doesn't at this point. He's just being aloof.
And why does Peter Greene have money?
His parents were rich, apparently.
And he just lives in a trailer
and
now?
They gave him... Oh, that's just it. They gave him, like, boats, which he takes tourists out on. So I don't know why he's living in a trailer. But he's hardly ever there, so maybe it's her trailer and he just comes by.
It does seem kind of like it's her place. Comes by and, like, beats her and fucks her.
Yeah, they have a thing where they argue and he puts her down and then they have sex.
Yeah.
Because Doug Havasu like, hang on.
This is what her parents did?
I guess, man. And so she just seems to like the fact that he's a nice guy. But she's not really cozying up to him either. Oh, and there's a bit where... Buford has hemorrhoids or something.
Dude, yeah, okay. I would like to touch on what you just said, though. It seems like they're a family.
Yes.
That's all. It's not incestuous.
There's
just
no
a family.
sexual energy.
This chapstick thing. Do you think... Did Gary Oldman come up with this, or is this part of the script?
Boy, that'd be... I don't know, man. It's so specific.
And disgusting and weird.
Complete, like nothing I've heard of. I don't understand what it is. Is it, is
Maybe
it
to
like
cool
eucalyptus or something? Yeah, some sort of anti-inflammatory, I guess is what it is.
But it comes up like three, maybe 4 times in this movie.
The first time we see him again, yes, he needs chapstick, and he applies it right there in the train station.
Cherry, mint, strawberry.
I don't give a damn.
Oh, you will when it's on your lips.
On these lips.
You didn't tell him what he does.
Well, in the train station, he apparently like unspooled the whole stick and just rested between his butt cheeks. Now he sees Peter Greene using it. And he goes, "Oh, you mind if I borrow that?" And he goes, "Yeah, but I want it back." "Oh, you'll get it back." And he goes inside the boat.
He rubs it on his asshole, his anus.
Comes back, gives it to him.
He's got hemorrhoids hanging out his butt. He says it's itchy.
It's itchy, yeah.
He's got worms?
Because he normally has a medicated cream. I don't know, man. Hemorrhoids can be itchy. Maybe he just doesn't know how to wipe.
Right.
So anyways, he does it, and he gives it to Peter Greene, who uses it. And they both kind of snicker. And he's like, "What the fuck?" And then he says, "Why y'all trying to fuck my girl?" And he's like, "I'm not trying to fuck your girl." "Oh, you want to fuck my girl?" And he grabs the baby.
This is fucking fucked.
Runs inside the houseboat. Anna Gunn's on top. This is when she exposes her breasts. And he runs up top, and he's got the bundle, and he throws it into the water.
Because Skeet Ulrich can't swim.
Right. But they all jump in, and they're trying to find the baby. Anna Gunn does a nice dive in. RADHA's in. Buford is with Skeet, because Skeet's drowning, basically. They get the bundle, they bring it up, and it's the dog. They have a little dog. And he goes, "The baby's inside." And Doug Havasu uses the axe to break the door down, and he's like, "I got the child." And they're like, "You fucking ass hat. You meanie."
It's a real terrible thing to do.
It's absolutely terrible. Because for one, the dog could easily have drowned.
Yeah, it's a weird thing to do too. Yeah. Why would they're showing he's a lunatic maniac.
Bad news.
Yeah.
So I think at this point, then they're back at the trailer complex. I don't remember what kicks it off, but Peter Greene is now fighting with Skeet Ulrich. They're fist fighting outside.
Wasn't he fighting RADHA first?
They were in Mary Steenburgen's trailer, I believe, for some reason. I don't know. So they're fist fighting. RADHA goes and gets a gun.
I thought he was fighting RADHA, and Skeet, that's when Skeet goes out to intervene.
Maybe.
And then the tension goes on to Skeet, and then RADHA runs off.
And she comes back with a gun. And she's acting like, "Hey, Peter, get out of the way. I'm going to shoot Skeet."
He's just making all sorts of trouble for us.
And so he steps aside, and she points the gun at Skeet, and then she turns it on him and blows him right the fuck away.
Yep.
And they're like, holy hell.
She just killed this motherfucker.
Yeah, and so she runs. She gets into a car and drives out.
Yeah, that's it. All right, bye, Radha.
And they bury the body by a cactus.
Yeah.
And they're kind of just... Oh, then they try to do the heist?
Yeah, they pretty much just move on from this murder.
Yeah, they do.
All right.
And they try to do the heist.
And there's 2 other people robbing
Already
the guy
they're
when
robbing
they get
there. And he goes, I thought this was you! To the guys. And they've got a gun. I think Buford shoots one of the robbers.
Yep, right
Kills
away.
him. And he's trying to shoot the other one, but Skeet's in the way a little bit.
And that robber is like fast.
Yeah.
He's got some moves.
He runs out.
Were they there for that jewelry that's in the window, you think?
The robbers?
Yeah.
The other robbers?
Uh-huh.
Who knows? They take a bunch of money.
What weird timing.
And maybe some jewelry.
Yeah.
And they just cause a ruckus.
Gary Oldman steals that guitar he's been talking about
He shoots
for a while.
out the window and he grabs the guitar. Yeah, hot dog. And the guy's just like, And Skeet's in the back. The guy runs upstairs, maybe?
I think he jukes it, and then Skeet gets trapped back there in the locked-in area.
Yeah.
And then Gary Oldman's after the dude.
The guy comes back through because he can't get out the back door.
So Gary Oldman's chasing him up the stairs.
Because there's an apartment or office upstairs. Eventually, the dude then jumps from the second floor back down to where Skeet is, and Gary Oldman comes running out, but he slips, falls, and the guitar braces the frame around him.
So he's just dangling.
He's dangling.
He's stuck and dangling.
And the gun's hanging down. He's trying to get it with one arm, a big shotgun, and the guy shoots him. And I think he runs away. I don't think Gary shoots him.
No, yeah, he gets away.
So Gary's just been shot.
He's just up there dying, like an angel.
Skeet's just like, and it's weird because there's a good stretch of this movie around this time where we don't see the baby at all.
Yeah.
Right? So, he's like, hey, man, I love you. You get out of here, though. And Skeet's like, I love you too, bro. And they touch hands, and Gary Oldman dies. It seems. But he doesn't.
I was really impressed they killed him off like that.
I was too.
I was like, this is a weird, dark, sad moment. Just dangling there.
Yeah, but he's
like an angel, bleeding.
Yeah.
Dying.
Like a hick angel, but he's not dead.
No.
Eventually, they get word that he's in the hospital because the pawn shop guy, he couldn't necessarily say what was happening because he's implicated in the involvement of this heist. Not the actual one, but the other one.
So he's like, these guys saved me.
He was a musician coming to pawn his guitar, and he saved me. So they all go down to the hospital, and he's in there, and he's all doped up a little bit. I don't remember what he says. He says something to him.
I never knew. Did you, Billy? Who always had them.
Had what, Buford?
Hard nipples.
At this point, we don't really know what's going on with Ed O'Neill either. He didn't have the money. He extended the deadline a little bit, but that doesn't come up ever again. I don't think. I think at this point it's just like a lost cause.
Oh yeah. Because he does get the money.
Well, there's a dead corpse over here, and we got a letter that he had wrote telling us that RADHA Mitchell killed Peter Greene. She's in custody.
He's entitled to $10,000, enough to buy a baby.
Because his family put up a reward to find his whereabouts. Which it turns out, RADHA contacted his family and said, hey, why don't you put up a reward? She wrote the letter basically confessing. They arrest her, and now she's going to be doing like 7 years. So Billy's like visiting her.
He must pay off Ed O'Neill, right?
He must, I guess, yeah. He's visiting her. Visiting her? Why does that sound so weird?
I don't know. It sounds good to me.
You love it.
Visiting her in the prisons.
I don't know what happens to Buford. Do we see him again?
No.
So Billy's just been spending his time visiting RADHA, and she looks like she's cleaned up and she's nice. And then he goes, baby needs a good parent, and I don't know if it's me. So he contacts Matthew Modine, and effectively, they adopt the baby. And as he's leaving, he goes, but you have 60 days to change your mind.
And I only needed 6 seconds.
And he goes back in, apparently pries the baby from their hands. There's a legal process, then this isn't it.
I doubt he signed anything anyways. But this is not the heartwarming ending that the movie thinks it is?
Mm-mm. He just takes the baby and leaves.
This fucking idiot's got the baby again. You know, he hasn't even had that baby a year. It's probably been like 2 months.
Yeah. I guess basically he's then just going to wait for RADHA Mitchell. And
doesn't he have a rap sheet? Isn't he a felon?
Mm-hmm.
And has warrants out for him still?
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to raise this baby?
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? Works out. Because then we cut to 7 years later.
Right.
Girl's swinging, having
She's
a good
swinging.
time.
He's cleaned up. I think there's something funny that happens, but I don't remember what it is.
He applies some chapstick to his anus.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
And that's it.
That's the movie.
What you want?
Nobody's baby.
I kind of like this movie.
Okay.
It makes no sense. I mean, it makes sense, but it's so weird. What an odd topic to write about. What odd characters to have.
Mm-hmm.
Who would make this movie? Who would go see this movie? The answer is nobody. How did you get all of these famous people to be in it? But I liked it.
It just feels like a ripoff of like Raising Arizona. And I think the biggest problem is Skeet Ulrich.
Yeah.
For one, they yellowed one of his teeth. Just one.
I didn't notice that.
I like Skeet, but I think they needed somebody with a little bit more dexterity.
Yeah.
To pull this off.
It's very odd. The tone
is.
of this thing is very bizarre.
The boat scene is like...
That's upsetting.
This isn't good.
The fact that this movie exists is very strange. I would not, I'd not recommend this.
No. Yeah, I don't know, man. Not a good movie.
It's not a good movie. I would give it a 5.5. It's almost a 6 for me. 5.5. I just don't really know what to say about this fucking thing.
Yeah, I'd probably give this a 5. There's some really very strong, likable elements. But
Gary Oldman's really something in this fucking thing.
Yeah. In another movie, or a slightly different version of this movie, yeah, that could have really worked.
Man, too bad we can't like call Gary Oldman and be like, hey, why?
Mm-hmm.
And be like, yeah, I'd like to use the chapstick on the butthole, and I'm not Australian.
Is he? I was going to say.
I can't do a British accent.
He's a real Cockney sucker.
I like the teeth in my hair. What do you give RADHA?
Chapstick up my ass. I'd give RADHA... I'm going to give her a 5.
Okay.
What do you give her?
Man, yeah, I don't know. 5 or 6. 6 is too much, though, huh?
Kinda.
But I mean, she's there. She's doing it. I felt like she was much dumber in the movie we're doing next.
Yeah.
RADHA's been a real trip, right?
Yeah.
This is just the weirdest filmography. So there you go, guys.
Yeah.
We're almost done with RADHA Mitchell.
Getting there.
We'll see you next week with When a Stranger Appears.
Yeah. And
with that guy from Seventh Heaven.
Check us out. We're on Facebook, Instagram,
Tell Josh
YouTube.
Lucas we're waiting for him.
We're on Josh Lucas's Rolodex.
Parlor,
Truth Social, Grindr.
Yep.
We doing filmographies.
God, we would probably get lots of messages on Grindr, the two of us, back to back with our thing.
Yeah.
People be like, so is it both of you? And be like, yep.
Uh-huh. Yeah, and also you can call us.
763-634-1897. Yeah, you can pretty much just tell us all sorts of weird stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We'll put it in the podcast.
Just breathe into the phone.
I don't want to wait listening to them breathing heavy for 10 minutes waiting to see if they say anything, and they don't.
Yeah, that's good fat material.
Jason.
I'm actually short of breath and having a heart attack.
I needed help.
Oh, tell me more.
This is the only number I can remember. So yeah, Instagram, we doing filmographies. Facebook, we doing filmographies. Reddit, we doing filmographies. YouTube, we doing filmographies. Hey, Twitter?
Mm-hmm. Do filmographies.
Yeah, we'll see you next week.
With When Strangers Appear.
What is it? Yeah, it's not When a Stranger Appears.
There's more than one.
Yeah, there's 3 of them.
There's 4 of them.
Go ahead and tell us we're racist.
Good night, folks. Have a good night.
Arrivederci, baby.